Hi there. So I'm going to run you through how you can use this backlinks aggregation sheet for your own or your client's websites. And first things first, you can use the links given in the description to make your own copy of the sheet. And once you have done that, you will see this getting started tab over here. And everything is sort of well documented, and you can follow these steps to make your own analysis. But let me just quickly show you how you can do this. The first thing you need is the GSE backlinks list. Now you can go inside your Google Search Console on your domain or your website property, go to the links section and go to the external links and export that list of links. So all you need here is just the list of links that has been sampled by Google. Now, why I am including this here is because if a link that is suspicious, that is being flagged as suspicious by this automation, and it also exists in Google's sample, then you might actually want to consider disavowing it because it means that Google has definitely associated it with your website. Now you only need to paste the list of links from Google Search Console here, and no need to put any headers or any dates of discovery or anything else. The next thing you need is the Ahrefs data for backlinks. Just a simple backlinks report, and you can export it into a CSV and copy all the data. Now, since this is a lot of data, it's going to take a little time, so I will pause the video and come back when it's pasted. My account is authorized, and in the first run, it extracted 2000 out of the 7188 content backlinks. Now, if you go into the app script and check the code for yourself, you will understand that it's going to extract, first of all, it's going to extract 2000 URLs in one go. This is to make sure the logics don't fail and the execution doesn't time out. The second thing is that it's only going to extract the backlinks that are within the content of a page and not any other backlinks. So you have to do this multiple times until all of the backlinks are extracted. Just wait for it to run again. Now, when it does, actually, while we wait, let me just walk you through what this sheet does. What it does is it extracts all of the referring pages or are that are linking to any of the pages on your website. And now, why this is useful is because whenever you are doing a backlink audit, either for your own website or for a client's website, you will find that you have to do a lot of manual work. You have to visit too many pages just to make sure they're not any very low quality websites that may be harming your backlink profile. You have to do a lot of manual work just to make sure that a domain isn't part of a PPN or a part of a negative SEO attack. So, what this spreadsheet automation does is it takes all of the data and then it runs some calculations to flag out the pages that are actually very poor quality. So you can narrow this list down to very poor quality pages using these filters over here. And then you can visit them manually, and it saves you a lot of time from having to actually go through an entire this list of just raw data that doesn't tell you a lot. Even within Ahrefs, it will just show you trends and graphs and everything, but you might still have to visit a lot of pages to find out if they're actually very low quality links. So once this is done, this is the last run. All of the links will be extracted now, and I will run you through some of the filters on the sheet. Now this aggregation is completed successfully. So let me just start by some basic analysis. The first filter you can use is this broken link filter. It will help you identify if your website is getting links to any pages that are now redirected or broken. Now, this website in particular doesn't have any links coming to broken pages or 404 pages from the content, so there's no broken filter or value over here that you can filter out. There's only redirected links. Now you can assign an action to these links. Now for redirected links, we usually outreach to the domains and ask them to update the link element. But we won't do this for all of the backlinks because there's just too many. And so what you can do is find out the backlinks that are really good. So you can filter out the high DR, the high UR. There's no high UR, high DR pages. Just let's just go with average UR, high DR, then maybe good page traffic. But since we've already narrowed this down, these are some good links that you can outreach to the domains and ask them to update the pages, or you can remove the high, or you can remove the DR status filter and just go with the. Let me actually just clear the filters to include all DR pages and just all UR pages, but only high traffic pages. So you can play around with these to what makes sense for your website, but I would also find out pages that have high traffic, and I can communicate with these domains, their webmasters, and outreach and request them to update the link element for their for their anchor text with which they are linking to my website. Now, other things you can do with the sheet, like clear the filters. Now, aside from the broken links, you can also find out the lost links. So any pages that have a date value in them are now lost links, and for lost links, you can outreach and ask them to update the link, or you can figure out if the link is lost because the page has been deleted or something else. But I don't usually bother with these links over here unless it's a lost link that again has a high DR or high page traffic. So that analysis also depends on your needs and your website. Now, now what you can do is you can use these to figure out if there are any bad backlinks that are actually harming your website. So just some ideas on how you can use these filters over here, and there may be lots of other ways as well. So I might first find links that are in Russian language or pages that are in Russian language. So now it might be worth your time to go just look at these domains over here and visit some of these pages and see if they're actually good websites or just spammy websites that you shouldn't be associated with. And then, for example, let's say this website is part of a spam network, then we will see if Google has sampled this domain. If it hasn't, then it's not really worth our time and effort to have it disavowed because Google hasn't sampled it. This doesn't mean that Google hasn't discovered this link or it hasn't associated this link with your website, but if it has, then it might be worth the time and effort to have it disavowed. But since it hasn't, I'll just let this one go. Then there are other filters you can use as well. You can filter out the low DR pages, and then you can use a combination of low DR and low UR and low page traffic, and then you can see these domains. And if you sort this alphabetically, it would be easier to find just the domains. Now these links are sorted alphabetically. Now there's these domains with these numbers in them. You can also check those pages out like this. You can also write custom filters over here with numbers or periods or something else. Mm, Then you can assign actions for disavow or write some notes here if you want to. Another filter you can use is, let me just apply the filters again. Another filter you can use is this one. Now this one is very useful. What this does is there's a formula. You can check it out in the code, in the app script code if you want. What it does is it points out any pages that have suspicious linking activities. For example, if there's lots of links going from one page or there's lots of links coming to just one page, and that doesn't follow a pattern to the rest of the domain that the page is on. So if you filter out these pages, and then from these pages you find pages that have low traffic and they have low DR, then you can get another sort of list of pages that of domains that you can explore and find out if they are spammy domains. So yeah, you can make your own filters. You can modify the code in the app script as you need. You can also do an anchor text analysis. So for blank anchors or for naked anchor text. So if I write HTTPS in this, it will show me anchor text that have just the link in them. So the naked anchor text, I can find branded anchor text and maybe some generic anchor text like click here or visit this page, visit this website, and maybe I can outreach to those domains again if they are good quality links, then I can outreach to those domains and ask them to use a more contextual anchor text. So yeah, I hope this is useful, and let me know if there's any features you might want to see in this or any problems that you face, and I'll try to answer your questions in the comments. Thank you.